Ty Chandler last season had 102 rush attempts, 461 yards at 3 touchdowns, 21 receptions, 25 targets, 159 yards through the air. Thoughts on Ty Chandler?
So I have a little bit of interest in Ty Chandler only because Aaron Jones hasn't played a full NFL season in the last 4 years. He just continues to get nicked up a little bit. So again, not that he's a handcuff, but I do think he has intrigue to him as far as being able to be useful because there's going to be a few weeks, seemingly, if we go off of history, where Ty Chandler is going to have like lead dog duties there in Minnesota. So now you just have to kind of bank on, do you believe that Minnesota is going to be able to move the ball well enough to have those weeks turn out to be useful, right? And you're not just off of the playmaking ability and veteran prowess of an Aaron Jones. So again, I don't know that I'm necessarily drafting Ty Chandler, but I think he's a guy who's going to be on and off the waiver wire here a little bit throughout the season in redraft leagues. So I don't know that this is a guy that you need to pick up in the draft and then just sit on. I think you can kind of pick your spot. And then, if you got to go out and spend a little bit of extra fab because you're tight and you need a running back and it's going to be his week, then so be it, you do. But he's not a guy that at this moment I want to just sit on a bench and just take up a valuable roster spot for me.
He will likely probably be lead back at some point at whatever game it might be in the season when Aaron Jones has a game or two where he's unavailable. I think there is some value there, but I will echo Kevin's sentiment too, and while I say there is value, in the same breath I'll say that it's a wait and see value that I'm not sure is worth tying up a roster spot.
Short of significant time being missed by Aaron Jones, that you're going to see Ty Chandler outperform, running back 42, 43 on the season. So this kind of feels like you're drafting him at about where he'll finish. Yet even if he gets in there for a couple of games like that.
You just want the high weeks, right? Like, and that's what I was saying. I don't want him just to take up a spot on my bench because I think you're right. Like his finishing spot is probably right around here. But if I'm pinched and I got to spend some fab, or if you're still doing rotational waivers, you happen to be up, this may not be a bad option as a Band-Aid for a week because it'll be better than a zero.
Right, and he'll provide some of those flashes here and there, but best ball in a deep best ball, sure, that's an okay spot to rock and roll there. But yeah, I'm with you. It's more of a sit back and play the waiver wire for him.